Psalm chapter 142 in the King James Version. Miscall of David, a prayer when he was in the cave. I cried unto the Lord with my voice unto the Lord did I make my supplication. I poured out my complaint before him. I shewed before him my trouble, when my spirit was overwhelmed within me. Then thou knewest my path. In the way wherein I walked have they privily laid a snare for me. I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No man cared for my soul. I cried unto thee, O Lord. I said, Thou art my refuge and my portion in the land of the living. Attend unto my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors, for they are stronger than I. Bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. Thy righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with me. Okay, so there's a lot here. Sermon upon sermon. David, one of the times that he was in the cave, particularly this may be the time that he was in the cave running from Saul, and Saul ended up going into that cave, that very cave that David and his men were at the time were fleeing from Saul because Saul wanted to take his life, wanted to unalive him. And so listen to this though. Immediately bring past to present for these two verses. Verse 3, when my spirit was overwhelmed within me, then thou knewest my path. In the way wherein I walked have they privily laid a snare for me. When my spirit was overwhelmed within me. Here's David. Yep, that David. David that defeated Goliath. David that they have the song about. Saul killed his thousands, but David his tens of thousands. That David. And yet his spirit was troubled. When my spirit was overwhelmed within me, he was overwhelmed with things that were going on. He knew he was mortal, so his mortality was there. He knew that Saul wanted to do away with them. And he knew that that was a possibility, a potential. But he also knew in the promise of the Lord, and he had faith in that promise. And so he reached out to the Lord when he felt overwhelmed. How can you be overwhelmed if you're not given something that goes more than what you can handle? Even I, at the beginning of this Bible study, was thinking, where did that come from? Where did this whole, you're hearing the saying, the Lord never gives you something that you can, more than you can handle. And yet here's David specifically saying, when my spirit was overwhelmed within me, he was overwhelmed. He was locked in that position of, what do I do? What do I do next? Is there an action that I need to take? Think about this, bringing past to present. There are many times in my life, I'm a sinner and I'm poor and needy, that even now I'm going through something, even now that I feel overwhelmed, and I have to talk to the Lord, and I also have to commune. And when I commune, I like to commune and make known what I'm saying, and then also bring the Lord into it, as in, even though these trials and tribulations, even though these things that I cannot handle, that is overwhelming me, I know that I'm protected. I know that no matter what, my name is written right there. Because I have faith and I believe Christ died for my sins. I know it. I know it. And I know that I have been forgiven. Even though I have fears of the pain, I know that if my journey were to end, if it would to end because the task at hand that I had in life, the job that I had in life was completed. And so, but thinking about that, beyond even that, right? We get to a place when we're overwhelmed. And it doesn't have to come to, it doesn't come to necessarily deep thinking all the way to an end point, right? It can come to knowing that even though we may feel overwhelmed, the comfort is of the Lord. And that's where David is talking about. Verse 7, bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. The righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with me. So, praying to the Lord, however you may do it, praising the Lord, however you may do it, having faith and knowing that you are being heard, you are seen, you are loved, and knowing that you're not alone. I just mentioned today, like I'm going through an issue, I'm going through issues where I do feel overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. And I speak to someone else, not even saying anything to them, particularly of how I feel, what I'm going through, and I hear it back at me because they're talking about themselves, but I'm hearing what I want to say. So that leads me to believe that we're not alone. Not only are we not alone, but even with that, the Lord is telling me he hears me, and he's going to tell me what he's hearing from me. You see? And so when we go through these things, but yet other people say these things, and when we believe, the Lord is telling us, he hears us and he sees us. And he knows what we're going through. And even though we feel like we're in a prison, even though we feel like we're overwhelmed, the Lord, his hope and his work is with us. His love and his good work are completed. And he is amazing. And one of the things that we can do is just to have that faith and understanding and speak with each other, communicate with each other, communicate to the Lord. We can pray for each other. We can praise with each other. Before we go on, though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? Read over this. How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?